In college football, it's over, dog. Just like I told you all, Bill Belichick is coming in to destroy college football, mostly for me because I'm a sad Texas fan. Now, after watching that atrocity that Quinn Ewers went ahead and did in the red zone against the Georgia Bulldogs, I don't want to see him play another game with a Longhorn on the side of his helmet. I want Arch and I want him now, but it seems like Bill Belichick wants Arch and he wants Quinn Ewers. Look, it's a crazy situation we got going on. So we're going to look at what Bill Belichick's got cooking on. He's already signed some people from Holy Cross. He made his introductory speech, so he talks a little bit about the differences between, coaching the young guys and kind of coaching here. Then he was on the Pat McAfee show, and he basically compared this modern era of college football to being the same thing in the NFL. And you're talking about someone who's one of the best NFL GMs and coaches of all times, and one who hired Mike Lombardi, who is another one of the most legendary GMs in football. They're treating this like the NFL, and just like the NFL, if there's a coach that, I don't know, maybe Eli and Peyton Manning trust, it might be a lot easier to get him over there in that goddamn Tar Heel Blue. So we're going to get into there, listen to the things, listen to Bill Belichick's talking to Pat. We're going to listen to his introductory speech, and then we're going to see how true this is going to be with Arch, and we're going to hop into it, man. I really appreciate y'all watching these videos. If you're enjoying them, leave a like on it. If you don't, dislike on it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football and everything else in between, and we're going to get right into it. So starting off hot, the first I saw of this was, I think, a day or two ago. And it was weird. Now, NFL Rookie Watch, now they've been under fire. They've been going back and forth with Deion Sanders, but at least with this one, he says Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning are both reportedly names that are circled and underlined at UNC as potential quarterback transfers. North Carolina is reportedly prepared potentially command the largest NIL deal in history to land either Texas quarterback. Ewers has yet to declare for the NFL draft and is reportedly debating on entering or foregoing it to stay in college one more season, and it's rather committed to Arch is rather committed to Texas, but we'd be an easy target for Bill Belichick to lure out of Austin. The Tar Heels are hungry for an elite quarterback, and I really do think that this is not unrealistic. Sadly, as a Texas fan, I want you to know, Billy, if you want Quinn Ewers, hey, you got him. Now, I think that he should just go ahead and take his chances being a day 3 quarterback. And do what he needs to do, how he needs to do it. But if you want Quinn Ewers, I mean, hey, we'll throw in some draft picks. I mean, sorry, we'll throw in some capital. Since we're going full NFL, fuck it. Hey, put some draft picks in there. This is so crazy. I am so pro NIL, and I hope both of these gentlemen, who they're getting paid regardless, but I hope both of these gentlemen get paid wherever they go next year. But Arch Manning is really he's our only chance to win this next playoff game. Arch Manning has been playing some awful football as of late, especially in the red zone. I mean, the kid has a phenomenal arm. He's great. He's phenomenal. But then when he's bad, he's awful. Like, it's such just a weird up and down. And it's like you don't do enough great things to negate that, Quinn. But in Arch Manning, he's still raw. Like, I know we all want to romanticize about Arch Manning and yada, yada, yada. Like, he's an athlete. He's great. He's got a decent arm, but he's still got to mature a little bit too. So I'm just desperate at this point. Let's turn into a read option offense so we can beat a khaki Jesus out there in Dabo and go from there. But to actually speak on it, I think this is, again, showing, and I said that in my last video, and he's gonna say the exact same thing that I said. It's the NFL now. Like, the rules completely changed. But pre-Bill Belichick, Steve Sarkisian, I mean, Nick Saban's not here. So that's probably one of the closest, besides Kirby Smart, that's like the closest you can get to college football royalty right now with Sark. The only thing better is the man who taught Nick Saban, or I might have him switched, but either way, the man who learned together, because they were both on the Brands. I think they were both in the Navy Academy, somebody, or West Point, somebody. My fact checkers, y'all always got me. Y'all let me know. I ain't got time to do all that thinking. What could be more prestigious than the man that learned beside Nick Saban? In a new way, that's an NFL level. Look, the red carpet is going to be rolled out for either of these quarterbacks if it does happen. If they get Arch, which I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. What's it called? The Manning's family has been very adamant about him being committed to Texas, XYZ, but there's not a lot of things that can change that. I think Bill Belichick is one of the people that can change that. So enough of my yapping. Let's kind of get deeper into it and hear him talk a little bit more on the Pat McAfee show, just about how things have changed and how he's going to try to execute things kind of in this NFL style era vibration there. And then from there, we'll see a few more details on this whole speculation for the NIL stuff. All right. So we'll make this small here.
Oh, I know.
Man, I'm telling you, that was a pain. And oh man,
sorry, copyright reasons.
And you got us on the one, but luckily there was a penalty on it, and we got off the hook. But man, I'm telling you, that was a problem. But you know, what's interesting on that play? I think if they had twisted the two, you know, Hollins jumped up. He didn't really have it. If the outside
middle, so it was literally all things having to be in the middle. So it
uncommitted or you know, that are maybe weren't.
Congratulations.
Here we go.
We haven't had a chance to chat with you since the decision was officialized. Congratulations on, and ultimately, is it what you were expecting for the first week as a head coach of a college football team?
You know what? I feel like I feel like it's a combination of the hours after the draft when you're trying to sign the players who weren't drafted, and the 2 days before the start of free agency and the first day of free agency, when free agency hasn't started, but it hasn't. Transfer portal hasn't started, but it hasn't. Some guys are in it. They're going in it. They're not going in it. You know, it's a lot of dealing with the player, the agent, and maybe another person, because not all players have agents. So it's been an interesting process, but it's very similar. Mike Lombardi and I were just talking about it. It's very similar to what we went through with the post-draft process and right at the beginning of the free agent process, all combined into one with the transfer portal. And then you still have a little bit of, you know, some leftover players from high school that are uncommitted or, you know, that are maybe weren't recruited, but for some reason now their name has surfaced and they're in it. So, you know, it's exciting to put together a team, you know, offensive line, quarterbacks. We had a lot of guys think now we're really, you know, looking to add some skill players to the roster, whether that's, you know, tight ends, receivers, running backs. Really want to add those into the, you know, into our roster and put the most competitive team we can out there. As well, of course, you know, never pass up a good defensive player.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just assume any defense that you're coaching is going to be good no matter who's out there. But let's talk about the who's that are going to be out there. Because in the NFL, you know, contract negotiation, free agency, you kind of know what comps are and how much to pay, and you kind of know who you want and who's the best player. In this particular case, there's no way you've been able to watch film on everybody. And also, your conversations with player, agent, or person, how are those going? Are you selling your program to them? Are you explaining what their life's going to be like? Are they asking you questions? And how long are these conversations going? Because I think that is the big question everybody has is Bill Belichick going to want to, I think is the big one, talk to all these people and explain why they should come? Like, how have those gone for you? How have those situations gone for you?
Yeah, well, we've been talking to, you know, a number of players. And we have more coming in this week as part of the portal. That closes on Sunday. So we have guys coming in really pretty much every day this week. Still talking to a couple of high school players. We signed the quarterback. You know, we signed Bryce and announced that at the basketball game on Saturday afternoon. So that's a big one for us locally here. But there's still a few players involved there, but the majority of them are transfer players in the portal. And again, that portal will extend a little bit as the college football playoffs go and teams get eliminated, and then those players will be eligible to jump on it as well. Right now, the numbers are pretty high, but that'll start to you know, taper off a little bit as we go. But yeah, absolutely, we're selling the program, but quite honestly, Pat, a lot of players and agents are coming to us saying, we want to be part of the program. Is there a spot for us? Would you take this player, that player, and so forth? And so a lot of the agents are also representing players in the transfer portal that we've dealt with in the National Football League. And
those were the two big things I want to talk about. First, I want to talk about him talking and saying that, look, you're talking about, hey, they're going out, they're doing all these things. You know, people, is Bill Belichick going to recruit? Is he going to do X, Y, Z? And Bill Belichick said something, and it's the reason why I keep telling y'all are worried about if college football is changing. College football, it's over, dog. It's like the thing that you knew and loved. Bill Belichick coming from the NFL here, and it would be different if it was just Bill Belichick, 1 year deal. Okay, maybe he's just trying to, you know, make his name. He brought Mike Lombardi. Do your researches, do your lookups, do your Googles on Mike Lombardi, a legend in the sphere of NFL and in every aspect of it. And we're talking about the behind the scenes, not football, even though he's great with football. He's a GM. So, football relations and different things like that, putting money together, packages, contracts, all that type of fun stuff. That's his bag, right? And then the other big thing, right, is that he said, people are going to him. They're reaching out, right? This is not only what I was talking about, the NFL experience, but it's over to the point that there is no more recruiting. There is no more recruiting. These players want money. These what's it called? These agents, they get paid to get money for their players. These transfer portal, you know why people are popping, and I'm just now figuring out the reason why these kids jump in and jump out the portal is because they're not making these decisions. It's an agent. An agent says they're looking at it as, okay, well, we can get X amount more money here. And I hate that it always comes down on the kids and the whatever. Dog, it's these agents. That's why Bill Belichick, as soon as he gets into college, and now that there are rules and people have agents, oh, well, I know how this game works. Bill Belichick just kicks his feet up. Agents been calling me for the last 20, 30 years. That's how this game works. When the schools have the money, right? And I know a lot of people have been talking about when the rabbit gets the gun, right? These kids are starting to get money. What happens very quickly, I need everybody to get as much money, and that's why I'm so pro get your money, because the rabbit can only hold the gun for so long, okay? The rabbit can get a few shots. The rabbit can cause an accident. But when the humans get back in order, like we ain't gonna let you touch the gun again. Ask the NFL and ask their CBA how that's going. This is what's finna happen. It's finna be a hostile takeover. And I know people are like, oh my God, it's great. Bill Belichick gets to come back. But if you like college football, you and I know it goes against, because Bill Belichick is he's like the most football guy. Like, he is the most football guy. He's going to change college football forever because it's the NFL now. It's over. It is over. Until they regulate it and do something and change something, it's the wild, wild west. So going back to Arch Manning, yeah. Do I think that he could anyone could transfer him out and anybody could pick him up? No, not a lot of teams can do that. But can Bill Belichick? Yeah. So here's essentially sports. They have a little thing here. How much does Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian depend on Quinn Ewers? Let's talk about the SEC title game. In this case, Texas stood a strong chance of prevailing. Finally, Sarkisian was about to have his revenge against Georgia. How can those boys on the roster fail to notice at the end of the second quarter, Texas is ahead 6-3. Poor play, inconsistent offense, Ewers interceptions, and the Bulldogs won by a 16-13. The coveted SEC championship in your first season in the conference. Sarkisian would have been on top of the world. Now they have to play an extra game in the CFP to have a chance to win the Natty. Amid all this, the perennial debate between Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning has continued. The QB1 situation is still clearer this season, but in 2025, well, it depends on what Ewers does. Is he going to the NFL? As far as Arch Manning is concerned, a blockbuster appointment of Bill Belichick has muddied the waters of the Longhorns, dog. I'm telling you, I really think that of all the money, the Jordan money can do it. And he's talking about people are reaching out. It would not surprise me if he's got a Manning phone number in his pocket too. So, in summarization, as a Texas fan, I'm cooked. Y'all be phenomenal. Y'all be great. Y'all let me know how Bill Belichick is going to affect college football. Is it going to be big? Is it going to be small? Is he going to be successful? Is he going to be back in the NFL soon? Comment down below what you think, what you feel, how you think about it. Leave a like if you like this video, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy college football content, and we'll hit you next time. Peace.